Collins, where can the people find you?
In the bathroom?
That was perfect. That was.
I cannot keep a straight face from that.
That was. Aaron, I love you for that. I love
I cannot stop.
I heard that too.
Oh my god.
God. That will never be let down right there.
You should keep that too. Don't edit it out. Keep that.
Oh no!
You might as well just like there should be like a fucking like gag reel video, just like montage.
I haven't done a best of for this show in a while. And we get introduced to Justin Hartley as Oliver Queen, who, like, right off the bat, he is an automatically different version of the Green Arrow than we get from the Stephen Amell. And I'm going to try my hardest not to compare the two, because the Arrow that we get for Stephen Amell and the Arrow that we get for Justin Hartley, I can tell they're going to be two completely different versions. So comparing them is going to be very unfair.
But also, to be fair, because when you've already been exposed to Stephen Amell's like Green Arrow from the Arrowverse show before Smallville, so this is going to be like your second exposure to the character. For us who have grown up watching Smallville, we were exposed to Justin Hartley's like Green Arrow, and what they wanted to do for Stephen Amell, they made him more of the Batman figure of the Arrowverse. And this is more faithful to what the Oliver Queen Green Arrow's version.
Yeah, he's more like Tony Stark. He is sarcastic, he's playful, and he's fun. You know, they made, because obviously Arrow, they wanted to make a Batman type of Arrow. Like they wanted to brood.
But he's all serious and dark and gritty.
It's not accurate. It's not accurate to what the character really is. And I really like this version of Arrow because he's the Green Arrow, because he's so fun. He's
fun. He's so fun, and he could be very pessimistic, but he's also a smartass, but with a good heart. Yeah, you said, he's definitely like Tony Stark in some way.
Yeah, he is the DC version of Tony Stark. Okay, Justin Hartley was actually not meant to play the Green Arrow originally. Originally, he was cast as another superhero, because I've told Ryan this off camera, but they were Smallville showrunners after season 5 were making a pilot for Aquaman called Aquaman. And essentially what it was is going to be about, they didn't want to bring the Smallville, I mean, I guess the network, because, I mean, he talked about...
I think it was like Alan Ritchson was originally going to be approached to play Aquaman in the pilot show that they were trying to make this into a spinoff, and it didn't work out for some reason.
They didn't want him for some reason, so they cast Justin Hartley. And I don't know if they were trying to differentiate from Smallville, but like they did a pilot. They said the pilot tested extremely well, but I think because they were merging with the CW, the UPN, and they were just trying not to greenlight anything new and try to just bring in, like, because they just wanted to carry stuff over and not let the new management greenlight new projects, and not them try to greenlight anything, because they feel like that would have killed the merger. So they said, even though it tested well, they said we don't want to like bring any new stuff over from the WB. So they said, can you just cancel it? No. Yeah. And instead they were just like, and guess what? It's on the bonus disc of Smallville. If you have the Blu-ray box set, which you do right behind you, Ryan. That literally, Aquaman pilot is in that disc, in those.
Yeah, it's definitely on the disc of season 6. You can find it on the bonus disc on the Blu-ray.
And you love to see it.
Yeah, and the All American Rejects make a cameo in this episode during the ball.
I popped so hard when they started playing It Ends Tonight. That's one of my favorite songs of theirs.
When darkness turns to light, it ends tonight.
The song became their debut during that time. I remember that the time when that aired in the episode.
Do you know famous movie that year, it's the year next year that the lead singer appeared in, that started Anna Faris and Emma Stone?
No, I don't.
The House Bunny.
Oh, that, yeah. Now I remember.
He's literally the love interest to Emma Stone in that movie.
I keep believing I forgot about that movie. Yeah, House Bunny.
Yeah, I just every time I see him, like, that's
he also had some made an appearance in the episodes of the show Parenthood.
Yeah, you know what? Also, he played Jesus in Preacher.
I never seen. Oh no, wait.
Yeah,
which season was it? Which
Yeah,
season? What?
season 3, I think season
Yeah,
3. Yeah,
that's how I don't remember. I've only seen season 1. I didn't watch the rest of it, so
he
that's why I
plays
don't
two roles. He
remember.
plays Jesus Christ, and then he plays Humperdew, which is basically an inbred version of Jesus.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's really messed up. But like he literally plays like a mentally retarded Jesus, like that has deformity. He goes, "Oh, I'm fine." And he starts humping everything, and they said because in the movie Preacher, the Nazi guy says it has to do because we tried to keep Christ's bloodline pure and inbreeding happened, and now he is mentally retarded. And he goes, "This is the descendant of Christ right here," and he goes, "Yes, he is the child of Christ." Oh my God! He goes, "Yes." It's messed up. And he goes, "Ah, ah," he's humping. He said, now he's pissing on the floor. He goes, "Oh God." He goes, he says, "Yes." He said, this feeble-minded moron is going to be our last hope for humanity." Just my laugh when he said, you have to watch the show in context. That show is really funny. Like Seth Rogen produced it. It's really funny. It's really
Yeah,
dark
that
too.
sounds about right for a Rogan joint, but let's get to this one wasn't bad per se, but it wasn't particularly great. Jacob, what do you think?
I like the opening kill whenever like this, like he's like, oh, like I just thought the one that was stupid was whenever a piece of debris falls, it's like, oh, and everyone's like, oh my God, debris fell. Like it's almost like they were like it didn't even feel real. Like it didn't fall, and then people like you see everybody it just fell, and then people were like, oh, there's a cue to run, and I'm like, what is this? Like, and he's like, oh, it didn't get me, and all of a sudden the sword falls and kills him. I'm like, well, that actually was clever. I did that. I was like, and I will
The
say
Omen called it wants its death back, but
this one actually made more sense. Other than it was like, oh,
Shunk. Me in the
Fatality.
future insert the Austin Powers clip of the security guard going no as the thing slowly.
out of the way. The funniest shit ever Ryan said. The funniest shit to this day is Ryan going, I'm watching The Omen, and all of a sudden I'm like, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. And things like, why? And then he kills like, why didn't you get out of the way? Now you're dead. It's
That
like,
was
that just
literally
made me
my
laugh so
reaction. I had never seen The Omen, and that was my first reaction to it. I was just sitting there like,
hard.
you are dumb. You are dumb in this moment.
The girl's name was Raya, okay? And later they would create a dating app called Raya, with famous people.
Ryan the Last Dragon from Disney animated film.
And Disney would also name a character called Raya.
Is that one
And
of
also
those weird AI dating app things I keep hearing about?
no, it's just an app where like celebrities, you have to be a celebrity to go on the app. And so basically like Ben Affleck's been on this app. Where basically either if you're an influencer or a celebrity, like Channing Tatum's been on this app, and you basically have to be famous to be on this app. And then your famous people have to recommend you. So for instance, if you're a TikToker, you could technically get on this app. If like say Channing Tatum recommended you, Ryan, then you have to show your credentials. But then if Channing Tatum recommends you, then you're in. And so basically these like TikTokers, I guess, got recommended by other celebrities. And so there's half of it is either older celebrity women or TikTokers. And so Ben Affleck one time, the reason why he got back with J-Lo is because he got embarrassed by a TikToker because this woman literally went on there and was like, literally, she said she didn't believe this was Ben Affleck. And so it turns out it was. And she showed his personal information where Ben Affleck messaged her and he says, why did you delete me? It's me. Open up. How embarrassed Ben Affleck must have been afterwards, going, "Yeah, I'm going back to J-Lo." I was like, wow. I was like, that would embarrass me too. Like, just like,
Back to
yeah,
Jenny from the block.
But also
like,
piggyback on what you said in the synopsis that Baron feeds off electricity. No, he feeds off of nuclear radioactive energy.
Don't
According to
yell at
by the
Ryan.
way,
Yell at IMDb.
Yeah, that's why
have
you blame
noticed?
IMDb for this. And also, I don't remember Chloe going to Lana for this information to dig up on Lex. No, Jimmy took that into his own hands.
Whoever
to dig
typed this
dirt on
episode
him.
was not watching this
Who the
episode.
fuck? Who the fuck written a synopsis on IMDb? Did her fucking random just didn't remember how much happened in this episode?
I honestly, this episode just starts out how it starts out. I'm like, it starts out paying homage to Bow Wow's one of his first movies, Like Mike.
I love that movie so much.
I love
Like
that
I
movie too.
know
I'm just
Yeah.
I
like,
know it's
it's,
not
It's
great,
so
but
it's so ridiculous, but it's a guilty pleasure. It's actually
it
a
is.
fun movie.
I enjoy that movie. Just
But also,
generally.
yeah, it was a little bit of a callback to like Mike because he's playing basketball in
He's,
California, out in
and
the
they
projects,
focus.
out in the
That is not
projects.
like a
But also
2 second
his
scene either.
song debuted, his new single hit debuted in this episode.
Bow
it's
Wow's like, so you got to pay homage to Like Mike, and you have to have my song in this episode for me to
But
do the
also
job.
his buddy I recognized the actor, and I remember him. He was in Power Rangers SPD that played the Red Ranger,
And
and
he
he
was
was in
also in
Tucker, and
She's
he
the
was also
Man.
in Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
He's fighting a zoner. That is the coolest shit ever. Instead, that's like a side plot in this episode. I'm like, why is that a side plot? Put that. That's the cooler thing.
not to mention the Zoner, like Jacob brought up, is played by Dave Batista. At this time, he was in WWE. He was a big time wrestler. He was the most recent world champion, but he actually had a triceps injury and he had to relinquish the title. But after his career would be over, he would go on to acting, Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Do not ever call me at the source.
He was in Blade Runner 2049. He's been in Dune 1 and 2. So it's pretty safe to say Mr. Batista has been doing very well for himself. He was in Glass Onion, the Ryan Johnson movie. He's gonna be in this movie that honestly looks pretty good. It's this Hitman movie. I can't think of the title right now, but I
Yeah,
saw
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's when he's starting to die from brain cancer, from a tumor
He
from
puts
his
a hit
brain.
on himself.
And he puts a hit on himself, but apparently the doctors found that they had the wrong fucking results. Apparently he was being played, and now they're still going to be going after him, and that was kind of an interesting premise. But yeah, but this was him coming off of his first acting experience on a show, Smallville. This was his first role ever. I mean, this was around
Yeah.
the time back in 2006 where WWE were one of the biggest hits with like John Cena. Even John Cena had a big leading role in his first movie back in 2006 in the same year for Smallville season 6, The Marine,
The
with
Marine.
he played the protagonist, his first leading role,
I own that on Blu-ray.
and the antagonist was Robert Patrick, which they both starred in the DC show Peacemaker.
The Marine
that's
is
ironic.
not the Marine is not like cinema, but it's a movie that's just so much
It's
fun.
still better
It's,
than
it's,
still
it's a
better than
stupid it's a
Doom.
stupid dumb fun movie. That's what it really
Exactly.
is.
The reason why Dave Batista appears this season is because the WWE merged with the CW, and
Yeah.
so they were like, "Hey, they told the showrunners, hey, we want some actors from wrestling to appear in your show," and so they had literally to make up storylines for these WWE actors to appear. And Dave Batista, by the way, this season is not the only WWE actor to appear this season.
Oh no, it's not.
There's
gonna be the
another
only one.
famous one too.
You're gonna
actor.
see at least 2 more famous WWE wrestlers in the upcoming this season.
Oh yeah, that episode too.
Which I thought the episode was fucking dope, and I can't wait to
That
get
episode
into
is
that.
dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I will say, that
we don't
episode
want to
is
spoil
dope.
anything. We don't want to give too much away.
Which, well, I will say, yeah, Dave Batista, though, yeah, that's the whole reason why he's in this episode, is because it's like, which I'm just sitting there laughing. I'm just sitting there thinking he was a lot better now than he was in 2006. I'm just watching going, man, if Dave Batista could see himself now, he'd be like, I would do a lot more different things.
Denis Villeneuve has that effect on most people.
She wants to hut 2 legs and spit on that thing.
He gets especially bad in Hydro, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let's wrap things up. Let's wrap. What did I say?
No, it's not you. It's him who's made it weird with that sexual spit on.
I said the hawk tooth thing. I said must the hawk 2 legs and spit on that thing.
Oh, you did.
What the hell?
I thought I was hearing things.
By the way, if you have not seen that clip, Ryan, put the clip in for context, okay?
Oh, you gotta give him that hawk too and spit on that thing.
Yeah, that's a year from now when someone watches this, they're gonna be like, "What's a hawk tula?"
Like you put the clip. In,
No,
like,
I understand that. The Hakatool.
We could pretty much rename this episode "One Flew Over the Clark's Nest" because that is exactly what this episode is.
I was literally gonna bring that up. Thank you for beating me to it. But yeah, this definitely felt like a One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. But also this Clark making everyone think that he's crazy. This is the reverse role from Michael Rosenbaum when he got like manipulated by Lionel and completely orchestrating and messing with his mind and making everyone think he's crazy. This was the completely reverse. Now this is happening with Clark.
We already got one Asylum episode in this series for Lex, so it's high time that the reverse happens for Clark. But Jacob, what did you think of the episode?
It feels like Miller and Goff, Lily, really their blockbuster haul this week was One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, and then they were also, what was the second episode again?
The
Oh,
Shine.
Love Potion #9, and then the last one was like Single White Female, or what was that stalker movie? Valentine with David Borealis. So it feels like one of those three movies were their blockbuster haul this week. Like, all right, we got One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Love Potion #9, and Valentine. Let's go. Let's make some.
And like, yeah, whenever you switch on the Red K, he always switches.
He has a thing for leather. He's like,
he likes to look like the bad boy, the obvious bad boy appearance.
And then Lois dresses up with him, like it's like, what are they, fucking Grease now or something? Like, we're bikers now. I would have been shocked if
he might as well try out for the Grease 3 movie.
Also, there's no way Clark would have saw that invitation. Like, when he's like about to bang Lois, and then he looks over.
And also, yeah, but where did the invitation came from? I mean, it came from Oliver's office. But also Oliver is way off around the world. So how the fuck did he get the invitation to get the invite from Lex's party?
It feels like they were just trying to somehow figure out how to, like.
They got to find a way to have him crash the party and find a way to do it somehow. I thought that was kind of a little lazy to me.
I do like that Lex showing Lana the baby room. You know, it kind of made me like, you know what, good. I mean, like, even though I have an issue right now with Lex, the way he's like an asshole to Clark, and he's just like that, like Lex, he's on the verge of becoming the evil Lex. You know, I do like that. You know, he deserves happiness because he's like, you know, he's gonna be a dad and he's got Lana. But then the only thing I was happy for him until Clark said one thing, and that kind of like, you're right, Clark, you are. Where he says, Lex does not love you. He just wants you because I can't. So that he wants you because
he wants everything he has. He wants to have his life. He wants to have the loyal girlfriend that, as he mentioned, that he was right, because even Clark called him out on it in front of Lana. Like, no, he told me himself. He's always wanted everything I ever had, and you are the top of his list. You're nothing but a trophy to him.
Which is true. Which is 100%.
It's true. I mean, he's not wrong.
I was happy for Lex when I saw the baby shower room. I was happy until Clark said that. Then I was like,
congratulations on sealing the deal. Congratulations on sealing the deal to baby Luther. The real reason that Lana's marrying you.
By the way, when my niece was
like
born,
just
that was a total burn mic drop moment for Clark. How many mic drops that he kept on doing as a Red K? Jesus
Red
Christ.
K Clark is like a mic dropper. He's like, I can drop. He doesn't drop. Red Clark should have went to like an 8 Mile like rap battle, and then Red Clark would have been like, literally. He
should have done the rap battle, the 8 Mile rap battle. He probably
I may be white, but I may be white, but I'm trust me, I'm tight. You know what? I can make a rhyme anytime. You know, he's like. He said, my name may be Clark, but I got some bark. You know, that's what he's going to be like, Clark.
This episode severely pushes the limits of what a blind person can do. This person is not Daredevil.
He pulls a gun out. And then he left. I'm like, why is the guy scared? I would be scared when a blind person pulls a gun. I'm like, first off, I don't even know if you know how to use the gun. Secondly, I don't even know if you know that gun's loaded. So I'm like, I'm going to take my fucking chances, dude. Get the fuck out of my way with that gun. That's my gun now, bitch.
That's the point that I'm getting at. I just, like this kid Tobias is just like, how does he know where they are? That, like I said, he's not Daredevil. His senses are not enhanced. He's just
This episode would inspire Don't Breathe. This episode just literally, I'm like, just thought about when he did that. I'm like, this is literally the exact plot of Don't Breathe, you know, when the blind guy turns that power off, and like, now we're in his domain, and then he gets the gun, and I'm just like, I'm just saying, Freddie Alvarez took notes in Smallville this episode. He's like, blind
He's
guy.
like, hold my beer.
Well, I mean, we've confirmed Chris Nolan and Shyamalan are Smallville fans, so why not Fede Alvarez as well?
I mean, Lex is literally paying him to use Tobias to identify meteor infected to round them up for his little 33.1 experiment. That's pretty much what he was doing the whole time. Then the doctor just fucking goes rogue when things completely went wrong and fucking killed each meteor infected one by one when they were being low jacked.
Also, William Stryker called. He wants his motivation back. What can I say? This was just awful. This was just. I mean, I'm sure like
I mean, here's the thing: the beginning of the episode, they play that stupid song, then seeing fucking Clark all depressed and moping around now that the day's the day that she's gonna marry Lex that he hates a lot, and having them, and then we see cutting back into the hospital when she's doing that baby monitoring, the ultrasound. Yeah, I just feel like, oh God, can we just get through this and rip the Band-Aid off because this is so stupid? And even the prom photo that he had, like, who the fuck took pictures in that angle? I know it's very nitpicky, but goddamn, really? And he just tosses it right out the damn window in the barn.
one thing I will say though, that song "You Could Be Happy" by Snow Patrol
You could be happy, and I won't know.
is actually pretty good. I've listened to it several times. It's a very nice song.
I mean, they're great, but watching this episode of Contest, they just made the song more shitty.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's the best part of the episode, but really, that's not saying that much. I cannot underscore how just this
It's like I
episode.
will never listen to that song again, and you just thank you, Smallville, for fucking ruining it.
It just is, and th- in my research, I found that there were some people comparing this to Rashomon in that it's from different perspectives and from different points of view, and we've been dragging out this whole like Lana thing for like 6.5 seasons. It's like
Ugh.
finally going to happen, and we all know that she doesn't actually want this. But
I'm just kind of getting sick of Clark just moping and whining. Like, well, she's getting married. He's such a
Lois is a
whiner.
regular. She is a regular in this show at this
Can we
point.
go through the relationship? We've been talking about this a million times, but I've said this a million times before that they should have just written her out of the show a long time ago because really there's not that much for her to do. They just need to build up some bullshit conflict to just trying to get Lex and Clark to hate each other even more and become mortal enemies because for some one girl, she like I've said this before and I'll say it again, she is fucking the fucking Helen of Troy for crying out loud. Like, what the hell's so special about this woman? Really, I don't get it.
It would have made more sense if he said kill Luther.
So that we can
And then-
make the discovery of Lana's pregnancy. Spoiler alert: she got fake pregnancy the whole fucking time.
And this
Wait, wait, wait.
How did you feel? How did you
No,
feel
no,
about
so-
that reveal? How did you feel about that reveal, Ryan?
How do you feel?
First of all, this doctor went completely into business for himself. It'd be like, you faked a marriage to a billionaire.
That's what you took to fake a pregnancy and to force a marriage to a billionaire.
Shut your bitch ass up!
I'm like, dude, who are you? Like
That's
who?
a fucking reach, okay? That is you're reaching on. He's like, I am gonna tell everyone. I'm gonna write a bestseller. I'm rich now because I
And first of all, and also he discovers that she had a fake pregnancy, and somehow he did not report this shit. He's not on Alexa's payroll, so why didn't he report this shit? Is that supposed to be illegal to do some shit like that?
No,
I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong.
This hell is that a doctor. There are doctors on file that have reported her pregnancy as she is pregnant. Okay, would I contact those doctors, the ones that are at least alive, like the one female doctor?
Yeah,
Wouldn't
the
you
one we last saw her. Because there's no coincidence that after the marriage that Lex stopped giving her hormones that he injected with, made a fake miscarriage, and like when the side effects had fucking worn off, like that was, dude. What did you think about Lex pulling all that strings and doing a fake pregnancy to trap her to force her in the marriage like that? That I mean,
Lex
that's
is
just
a monster.
Lex is a
Lex is a
like
monster.
he's at a, I mean
Bugged her
he's
to
at a
make her
point
think-
from he came from being a most complex. We know he's a monster, but he believes he's right to being a big piece of shit in this
Like,
season.
this is the evil. This is what we're telling you that Lex does something heinous in season 6. he drugs Lana into making her think she's pregnant because he's afraid she would leave her. So he drugged her like an animal and made her think she's pregnant, and then he made her have a miscarriage, at least the effects of a miscarriage, just to just to cover his own ass.
Yeah,
And
it was like,
then
what the fuck?
and then basically creates the Winter Soldier, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to Prototype. But
Do you think Lex is a piece of shit? Do you think that's the most evilest thing Lex has done?
Jacob, 1 to 10.
2 out of 10.
All right, Matt, what about you?
Yeah, same thing, 2 out of 10. Probably the worst one out of the whole series.
And Ryan's gonna give it a fucking 9 out of 10. Watch.
No, I'm not going that high. I'm going 6. This was a
You're a
very
sick fuck,
I like the style of the episode. I like the noir stuff, unlike
all you're doing is you're just like, oh, I like the style of this movie, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna give this movie a good video. Okay, like it's like that meme. I'm gonna send you that meme. You're gonna put that in the thing of like the Andrew Yang pouring milk. I'm gonna put it says Ryan Noir. It's just, I'm gonna put that in there, Ryan Noir.
if people can if people can like the movie Trap because of the air quotes vibes, then I'm allowed to like noir because of the vibes. But
By the way, did you like Trap? By the way,
it makes no damn bit of sense. But I didn't hate it.
I literally told Matt a better fucking plot twist than the actual plot twist of the fucking movie.
Agreed.
I told Matt, sent Matt a message says there are 3 plot twists in the movie. And it's like none of these are the plot twist of the fucking movie.
I didn't say there are 3. I said there's another plot twist.
I said 3. I had 3 plot twists. I sent Matt and said, "Is it one of these 3?" And he goes, "No, but I wish." Because it's like, I wish. It's
Nope.
It's not.
Bizarro.
Yep, that's
There
who
it is.
Bizarro.
Bingo.
Bizarre.
I'm you, only a little bit more bizarre.
Oh dear God! Don't go to a to be continued. Don't go to a to be continued. Please don't do that. No.
He fucking flew. Bizarro Clark flew, showed his true form.
Oh, you fucking bastard! No.
I knew that was gonna piss you off. I was like, you fucker. That's what happened to me when I watched that episode for the first time on TV.
His face turns like, you see his face turns like, like, oh, the Bizarro.
His face disfigured. His face is distorted.
In the sun, he's like, oh, his face gets disfigured in the sun, and then all of a sudden,
we saw his true form as he's flying in the air. Yeah, that it left on a cliffhanger.
This, like, I love the ending of that so much.
The ending was awesome, but I was so pissed off by the cliffhanger and that, like, oh god, now we gotta wait for like 3 to 4 months for the new season.
Have a good summer, kids.
Yep, because after that episode, like, I went back and rewatched the entire season, the show again, like, in order. Like, after that episode ended and that finale at the time.
All right, so Ryan, what did you think that they introduced Bizarre?
Oh man. Well,